started. Amazing. Amazing. So welcome everyone to day 2. I've also got Zoom, people in Zoom. We've also got Facebook and Instagram live as well. So welcome. Wow. So how was day 1? How is everyone feeling? We went through a lot. We definitely went through a lot. And I just want to recap on actually what we went through yesterday, because I know there were some big subjects made easy yesterday. And I just want to honor you on taking on all of that information. We discussed so much. We discussed the problem-solving structure and how structure is the common denominator. We went through the creative structure and how you must rise above your current reality, not focusing on the problems that you have in your life, but rising above it, going to that place of infinite potential, and then choosing what you want to create. We then went through the 3 levels of consciousness and how, you know, when most of us are operating here on that self-conscious level, what we must actually rise above, take our energy up into the superconscious field, into the cloud of possibility. And that's where we make our true choices. So we went through that. We bring it down through our heart field. We discovered what we really are. We went through a bit of quantum physics and how where everything is a wave of possibility until it is observed into reality and it collapses into a particle. And then we went through the 5 steps of superconscious creation. So we went through a lot of content yesterday, and what we really found is that there's not just one way to create. There's infinite possibilities. It's not just one way. And the common denominator isn't you, right? We're all in this together. The common denominator in all of this is structure. And today we're actually going to go through where actually put your focus, where the power is, right? We went through the human journey and discovered, you know, going through that individuation process is it's a part of life. It's about becoming an individual. So today we're actually going to go into and deep dive into the 6 sabotaging patterns that actually stop you from that take your energy and your focus and stop you creating the focus and creating what you want, and how that's part of the individuation process. We're actually going to go into the 4 core orientational choices. So actually getting you to a point where you are already it, right? You get to be it, to see it, that magnetic moment, that moment where you accept all that exists. And from this place of true acceptance and neutrality is that's where you choose to create more of what you have, right? So we're actually going to go through this. We're going to go through an awakening process. I'm going to get the forensic healing out today. And we're actually going to activate your Akashic records and activate awaken your talents and abilities. And then we're actually going to go through the ineffective choices. So we're actually going to go through how to make a true choice, how to start here. And how to start creating your journey. So how we normally make ineffective choices and how to make an actual true choice. So it's going to be a big day. We're going to jam pack everything into an hour, and it's going to be amazing. So who's excited? Who here is excited? Give me some love in the chat box. Give me some comments below. Give me some love. And I hope you're just as excited as I am to share this work with you, because there's no point having this work, you know, not known, not seen, not used, because it is so incredibly powerful. So I'm so excited to actually bring this to you now. And I'm going to actually leave the 5-day challenge up for an extra 2 days at the end of this challenge. So on Facebook and Instagram, I'm going to leave it up so that you can actually start implementing this work. This is the core of what I teach. This is the core of the transformation work that I go through with my clients. And is it fair that, you know, I don't leave it up forever, because there are people that actually pay for this work? And is it fair that, you know, if you want to continue this work, you actually get to, I'm going to give you on day 5, I'm going to give you an opportunity to actually continue in this space and actually apply this work to your life, and so that you can actually start being a super conscious creator. So the common denominator, right? We've figured out it's not you, right? We're all the same. It's not you. The common denominator is structure. And I want to deep dive into structure today, because it is fundamental to this work. It is so important. Without structure, then you're just creating aimlessly. So yesterday we talked about the oscillating structure. So where you've got a current reality and you're moving towards your desired reality, but you keep going backwards. Your focus keeps going back on the current reality and how you feel incomplete, the fear, the frustration, the sickness. You know, it's an oscillating, it keeps going back. You go a little bit towards your end result, you feel good, and then you go back, and then there's something else you have to fix. This is an oscillating structure we talked about yesterday, and this is the problem-solving structure, right? Like a little bit forward, a little bit back, but it's comfortable, it feels good, you feel like you're making progress. So most of us are going to be in this for our entire life, unless you're on the call today, because now you've got the tools and the awareness to know to get yourself out of it. Now there's another structure. It's called the stuck structure, where you've got your current reality and you've got a desired reality over here, and you've got a desired reality over here, and you've got a desired reality over here. And this structure structure, right? Where's the power here? The structure, this is all about power. This is about becoming a super conscious creator. And so when you're in this structure, in this oscillating structure, where's the power? The power is in your current reality and your problems. This is the power, right? The power's in your problems. In the oscillating structure. It's in the diagnosis. It's in everyone's judgment of you. It's in the fear of not knowing, the fear of failure. It's that discomfort. So the power, you're giving your power away. You're giving your power to your current reality and everything that's wrong with it, right? This is the oscillating structure. Where's your power when you're in this structure, right? Your power, you're focused on this thing, but yeah, you want this thing and you want this thing. Where's your power here, right? It's dispersed. It's a bit here and a bit here and a bit here. So your power is diminished, because you get, and someone that's in this stuck structure often experiences overwhelm, because they've got so much going on, they don't know where to start, right? And I know there are people on this call that have experienced that, right? It's the overwhelm. So the power is here. When we're in the creative structure, the flowing structure, current reality, desired reality, where's the power? The power is in the creation, right? You have the power. The power is actually all of this. because the power, you realize that you are a creative source. You're the creator. You're the creator of this. You are totally satisfied where you are now, and you choose to create from that place of not having resistance to your past and not having resistance to your future. You're actually in this neutral space where you're actually able to take the action and flow. Now, in the stuck structure here, there's actually also another structure where we don't actually know what we want. We might be stuck, but we don't actually know what it is that we want. All right. So the power is in not knowing. The power is in not knowing. I don't know what I want. Right. So I want to do a task right now, and actually we're going to do a bit of an activity today. So if you have pen and paper ready, that would be great. I'll give you a moment, not right now, but in a few moments we'll actually go through. We'll get your pen and paper ready. But right now, so we'll just do a little activity. I want you to think of something that you don't want. Think of something that you don't want. There's always something we don't want. Don't want to be broke. Don't want to be overweight. Just choose something that you don't want. Don't want to be in pain. Choose something that you don't want. And I just want you to close your eyes and just choose it. Choose that. Just choose to have it. I know it might be painful, but just choose it. It's temporary. Now, I want you to actively resist having that. Actively resist having it. Did it go away? No. What happened to it? Maybe it got a little bit bigger. Did it get bigger? Yeah. You can't, it doesn't go away because we're actually putting our focus on it. We're giving it power, right? So now I just want you to accept that is a possibility. Accept it. Okay. Out of all the possibilities, that is a possibility. Just accept that, not having that or resisting that, it's just a possibility. Just accept it. Just want you to accept it. Now, I also want you to accept all the other possibilities that could ever exist. Accept every other possibility. Just accept it. Now, from this place of accepting all the other possibilities, I just want you to choose the option, choose the outcome that you would like. I want you to just choose that. I just want you to choose that and just focus on choosing that. And notice how that feels when you choose that from all the possibilities. How does that feel? Let me know in the chat box if you're wherever you are. How does that feel? Choosing the outcome that you desire from all the possibilities. Feels lighter, yeah? Feels possible. It feels great. Feels exciting, empowering, yes. So why do we go through life giving our power to the things that we don't want? Why do we go through life giving our energy, our focus to the things we don't want? Doesn't it feel good to truly just choose what does empower you, what does feel good, what you do want? And it's in this moment. It's the power of this moment where you accept all possibilities. This is the magnetic moment. This is the wizard's gate. Yeah. What you focus on, you will see more evidence of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's in that moment where you have no resistance to living it now, being it now, choosing it now, is where you give the power back to yourself. You reclaim your power as a conscious creator of your life. This is the magnetic moment where you are totally satisfied with where you are now. And from this place, you choose more of what you want to create. This is a really important moment, and it might seem basic, but this moment took a while to really drop. And it does take a while for this work to really drop and for you to really understand and embed what that actually means to be it now. It means that you connect into that, you choose it, even though you don't see it in your current reality, even though it might not have physically manifest yet, regardless, you choose it and you realize that you are already it. At that superconscious level, you are already it. And from that place of already being it and all other possibilities, you simply choose what you want to create. Now, getting to this moment can take some time and training, because we've spent our whole lives living in the past and we've spent our whole lives worrying about the future, that we actually forget to live in the present and live in the now. We're so worried about the future, not having enough. Where's the money going to come in? Am I going to be loved? Am I going to be lonely? You know, I'm too scared to do that. I've failed before. I don't want to do it again. And so we don't take the action, we don't choose, and everything else takes our power and our attention. We get offended when someone does something that triggers us. We get offended, we take it personally. We give them the power. So this is why we have these 4 core orientational choices. They're 4 core choices. And we work on these 4 core, and it brings you to that magnetic moment. It brings you to that accepted state of the unlimited possibility, and brings you to that magnetic moment where you 100% accept where you are now. And it's from this place you choose to create. So the 4 core choices, they are, and if you're on Zoom, you're gonna be able to see them. If you're not, you'll have to watch the replay. So the 4 core. Okay, the 4 core orientational choices. The first one is, I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. Now, these aren't actually in any order, right? So choosing to be the predominant creative force in my life, it is recognizing that this is a co-creation. Your job is to choose what you want to create. The how it is manifested is not up to you. It's actually up to the universe. But first you choose. You must choose. So when we step into this choice, this core orientation, we orientate from the world that we are the predominant creative force. You choose to be the powerful creator. You're in control. You choose to react in ways that you desire. When you live as this predominant creative force, you're the one choosing all of your thoughts, all your feelings, all your actions, your beliefs, and your focus. And you're the predominant creator of this. right? You're not the only force. Now, we are surrounded by other people's free will, right? So not everything in your life that happens to you is because of your choice. There are horrible things that happen in this world. And I'm not saying that, you know, if something bad has happened, it's your fault because you've chosen it. Absolutely not. There is so many other ways that we intersect creation, and free will of others is one of them, right? And you can be caught up in other people's free will. The thing is, there's always a lesson in everything, right? Every action has a positive intent. So we must acknowledge that, yes, there are other creative forces in this life, but you are the predominant creative force in your life, right? It's the ownership of, this is your choice. This is what you choose to create. And this brings the power back to you. How does it feel when you choose that? I choose to be the predominant creative force of my life. And if you've got your notepad and pen, you know, write it down. What does that feel like for you? I know I've got a few notes for when, you know, when I get into that end result, that emotion of that end result. I have clear intentions. I'm a, you know, good listener. I'm present. There are certain things that I choose every day, but I acknowledge that I'm the predominant creative force in my life, right? The second choice is I choose to love my life. I choose to live a life that I love. We live our life, we orientate from this perspective of choosing, consciously choosing to live a life that you love, regardless of what is happening in your life, regardless of the drama or the challenges or whatever it is, regardless of everything, you still choose to love your life. You love every moment of this journey called life. You acknowledge that you created it and that every current reality is just another step on the journey towards your next one. No step is better because you get to love your life right now. The past isn't better, the future's not better. Past isn't worse, the future isn't worse. The present moment, you choose to truly love your life. Very powerful one. And that looks so different for everyone. That in our unique experience, it looks so different. But I consciously choose to live a life that I love. You get to experience that now. Third orientational choice is I choose to be healthy and vital. I choose health and vitality. And this choice brings you into the creative power with your health and with your energy. It gives you the power. You regain control of your body, and you're no longer in situations that feel like your body is against you. You reconnect the power in you, and that transforms us and creates the body that we love, right? So connecting into giving conscious awareness to this physical vessel. We've been given this body. And so how often do you acknowledge your health and vitality? Or do you take it for granted? Is it something that's just always been there? Or do you resent your body because it's always in sickness? Now, it's interesting because the physical body, the cells are replenishing and changing all the time. We actually go in and out of cancer cells and healthy cells all the time, right? We're actually in fluctuation all the time. We're changing. And what you feed your mind, what you feed your body, your thoughts, the behaviors, the actions, the feelings, it all has an impact. Remember, we are the creative energy. We're a wave and particle. We're changing from wave into particle. And so if you're feeding yourself you know, oh, I hate the way my stomach is, or I hate my arms, or I hate this, and I don't like my hair, and I don't like this, and always putting yourself down. Remember, focus is your energy. What information are you sending to your cells? Every single part of you is consciousness. It's not just here. Just because we see through the eyes, our consciousness isn't here. Our consciousness is all over every cell in our body. You are breathing through your skin. Every cell in your body is alive, right? So it pays to actually bring conscious attention to the aspects of your physical vessel. Send love to your heart, send love to your organs, send love to your skin. And when you use your conscious intention, your power to appreciate and consciously choose health and vitality, that does incredible things to your physiology, right? So it's in our 4 core, and it's an orientation. It's a way that we show up to life. It's not just something that you choose to focus on when you're sick to get better, because that's problem solving, right? You actually consciously choose it every single day, regardless of the state of your health. Really important one. All right, and the 4th one, and again, not in any particular order, but I choose to live my true nature and purpose. I choose to live my true nature and purpose. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Feels good. So what does that mean? When you choose to live your true nature and purpose, you choose to live your true nature, which is creative source energy. Your purpose here on this planet is to choose to create, is to use your true nature to create. So we think of purpose as, you know, someone was born really talented, and so that's their purpose. They were always like, they were put on this earth to do this thing, to be a healer, to be a sports star. But yeah, sure, some people are extremely talented, and that might be one of their purposes. But a purpose can be anything. It can be to be a sister, to be a mother, to be a great father, to be a brother. It can be purpose is what you choose to create in your life, to travel, to connect with people, to smile at the stranger on the street. Your purpose is to create, is to make choices, is to create your life. And this choice ensures that you're living in alignment with your fullest expression, your higher self, your superconscious. Right? This is why you're here. And so it makes sense that this is in our 4 core orientational choices, because you remember why you're here. And it doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be big, grandiose. You're a creator, and this is your purpose. So I just want you to feel into that. When you choose that choice, I choose to live my true nature and purpose. How does that feel for you? How does that feel? And it might be the first time you've actually stepped into that. Thoughts on these? Does this resonate? I'm not able to see Instagram or Facebook comments or anything, but post anyway. Let me know how you feel, how this lands for you. They're yummy, hey? They hit the spot. When I first laid my eyes on these, felt good, So I just want to do a little bit of a process, just a quick process. And we're actually going to go, it's called an awakening healing. And it's part of the forensic healing protocol. And we're actually going to step into choosing to live your true nature and purpose. So right now, if you've got a pen and paper and that's your jam, feel free to write it down as we go through this first step. It's going to be a closed eye, just a quick invocation, a process. So I just want you to take a few breaths. Just be present in this moment. You can close your eyes down if you feel necessary, if you feel you want to. It allows you to focus inward when we close our eyes. So just allow yourself to close your eyes, take a few breaths. Just be present in this moment right now. Just allow yourself to be present, focusing on your breath. And I just want you to make the conscious choice. I choose to live my true nature and purpose. I just want you to feel into that now. Feel into that choice. What does that mean for you? And just make it up if nothing comes. Just make it up. Just feel into the words. I choose to live my true nature and purpose. And if you can, speak it aloud. I choose to live my true nature and purpose, and just give yourself a minute to just feel into that choice. I just want you to delve into the environment that you're in when you're in this choice. What's the environment? What's around you? What's the temperature? What do you see? What do you sense? How are you to be? When you're living your true nature and purpose, what is that for you? What does that feel like? You might be showing yourself love and care and confidence, passion. You might feel power and focus and awareness, openness, freedom, relaxed. Your fully expressed version of yourself. I just want you to go into the environment and just notice, what do you see? Do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? What do you look like? What clothes are you wearing? Just notice, what are some of the capabilities that you have when you're living your true nature and purpose? What else do you notice about your behavior, your actions? What are you capable of when you're living your true nature and purpose? What are you capable of? What's your know-how? What do you know how to do? And what are your thoughts? What are your beliefs? What are you thinking about yourself? And how do others see you? What's your identity? I just want you to build this picture up in your head as we go through this invocation. I just want you to continue to just build this image, this feeling, this environment, this choice. I choose to live my true nature and purpose. I just want you to breathe life into this choice. Just experience it right now. Just turning up the volume. It's like you're turning a knob on the movie or the TV. And You're just turning the contrast up, the brightness, the color, and you turn the volume up. You just make everything more loud, vibrant, bigger, and just turning it up, and you're just fully living it. You're in this moment right now. Superconscious, yes. And I now request the powers of divine light, divine blessings, and divine source to access and download from your Akashic records, your talents, your skills, your lessons, your gifts, your wisdom, downloading your abilities and your knowledge. With every breath, you keep downloading all your abilities and your spiritual powers, your focus, downloading and accessing your true nature and purpose. And just be open to receive this wisdom, this understanding, allowing it to seep into every cell in your body. Just feel it entering the top of your head. And as it travels down, it replenishes every cell in your body with wisdom and abilities and goodness and knowledge and power and talent and love. And you're just accessing like this faucet, this tap is just gushing down, and this beautiful light energy is entering the top of your head, and you're just accepting it. You're opened, you're receiving all of this knowledge, all of this wisdom, your true nature, your purpose. You're allowing it to spill down your neck, down your spine, over your shoulders, feeling it in your heart, allowing your heart to just explode with this energy of goodness and love, and feeling it in your lungs and your stomach, down your spine, down your legs, down the fingertips, over your shins and your toes, and allowing this energy to flow right into the earth like tree roots. You're connecting to Mother Earth, and you're connecting to Source, as above, so below. And just feel that energy flow through you, connecting to all that is. And with every breath, you solidify this into your entire being. You solidify your true nature, your purpose, your talents, your abilities, your skills, your wisdom, this knowledge, your spiritual powers. You return the power to you. And I now confirm that these gifts, talents, powers have been accessed from the Akashic records to assist with your progression to reach your full potential. And I want you to speak this aloud. Say this after me. I and your name, I, Amber, I now choose to reclaim my talents, skills, and abilities from the Akashic records that would best serve living my true nature and life purpose. I am open to receive and accept this knowledge, these lessons, and the understanding that are necessary for this awakening to occur. And just allow that energy to flow through you. Mm. And just sit in this for a moment. And just choose to be free, sovereign, and live in oneness with humanity from this point forward. Subconscious, confirm this awakening has occurred and this awakening is complete. Yes, thank you. So I just want you to take a few breaths and just allow yourself to slowly come back into your body, to sending conscious awareness back into this room. Giving yourself a few more conscious breaths. And when you're ready, you can return to the call and let me know how that was. How do you feel? What do you choose? And just write down, grab a pen and paper if you want to, write in the chat box, and just note anything that came to you, any new wisdom, any ideas, what's come to you, what's obvious now. Is there any actions that feel obvious that you need to take now? Just notice, just have that conscious awareness. Beautiful. So I want to go into making choices for yourself, right? And making a true choice. What does that actually mean? So there are so many ways that we actually make ineffective choices. And I'm going to go through those now with you. So an ineffective choice. Sometimes we make a choice by limitation. We only choose what seems possible or reasonable to us. So it's a limited choice, right? We only choose, oh, that's not possible for me. I'm not going to choose that because it's limitation. It's actually focused. The goal is actually focused on what you think is possible for you, not actually what you love. So you've edited down your dream, right? So we limit ourselves. And it sounds like, I really want this, but I'm going to go for this because that's enough. I don't want to be greedy. We limit ourselves, right? The ineffective choice is by indirectness, choosing a process instead of a result. So we're being indirect. We're choosing to be more confident because confidence will get you to having, the partner that you want, instead of just choosing, to have a wonderful relationship. You feel like you need more confidence. So you're being indirect. It's like someone choosing to start a business because they want more time with their family. And then they get the business and they realize it takes more time to have a business. So all they really wanted was more quality time with the family. So why not choose that, right? We're indirect. We think we take the long way around a choice. It's just, it takes so much energy doing that. Why don't you just choose what you want? We choose by elimination. So we eliminate all the other possibilities so that only one choice remains. right? So, oh, well, that's not possible. It's similar to limitation, but it's eliminating everything. So like, you know, I can only have this one, and then it's kind of by default, right? We choose by default. The choice of not having a choice is actually making a choice. You're actually choosing to not have a choice. So whatever happens, whatever occurs, and whatever seems to happen, it's only by default that you choose that. It's like a reaction. You're not actually going for what you want. You're actually just trying to get away from something you don't really want, right? So we choose to resolve a negative belief. So this is the 6 core wounding, which we're going to go through. So we're only ever choosing to make us feel complete. So I'm not worthy, so I'm going to make a goal about others to make me feel worthy, right? So I'm going to, once I'm good enough, I'm going to do all this good stuff in the world so that I feel like I'm worthy, and then I can have what I want, right? I'm the insignificant. So all my goals are about creating significance, or I won't have any goals, because then if I went for it, if I didn't get them, that would prove that I was insignificant. The I don't belong wounding. So you set up this goal to fit in, like you have to fit in. And this is about creating belonging. So to be attractive enough to be loved and create something that you belong to. You'll actually avoid rejection at all costs, because rejecting others means that you don't belong, you're rejected from belonging. And so we create these beliefs that we choose to do something to fit in, right? I'm not capable. So we have all of these goals that is about creating enough resources to finally feel like you've got enough information to make the decision, instead of just going for what you love. You feel like you have to be capable. You got to do another certificate and get this and get this and this and this, and then I'm going to be capable to start my own business. This happens a lot in the personal development world. We have to get, meditation certificates, NLP, breath work, all these certificates to finally feel like we're capable of starting a business. Whereas you can start a business with just one thing, right? So it's this need to be capable. We're choosing something to resolve this core wounding, right? So instead of just making a choice, you're actually creating that, you're focusing on the problem and not actually choosing what you really love. Another choice by like reaction, overcoming a conflict. So you're very reactive. You only choose because of that negative situation, and you're in that reactive choice. And then choice by consensus. So it's actually finding out what everyone else is willing to recommend and following that result of that poll. You're not actually choosing what you want. You're actually choosing what everyone else thinks you should do, because if you failed, then you're not to blame, right? So we make these choices by consensus because, if it was to fail, then, I can't blame myself because everyone else told me I should do that. Right? And then sometimes we make choices by adverse possession. So it's about making a choice because of some metaphysical notion. You saw a sign, right? And sometimes these can, these can be a good thing, but it's not actually predictable. If you're always waiting for a sign to make a decision, then holy hell, like how long are you going to be waiting for? What if the sign doesn't come? You can't, it's not reliable. It's not a reliable way to make a choice. So these are the main 8 reasons why we make ineffective choices. And then you ask, who resonates with some of these, or maybe a little bit of all of them, right? And we realize, well, where are we giving the power in each of these circumstances? Where's the power? It's not with us, it's with everything else. So we become the victim to our circumstance. We become that victim and we say, oh, well, like I'll only choose if the everything else is right. Takes a lot of energy when you think about it like that, right? So I want to actually teach you how to make a true choice, right? These are all the ways not to make a choice, but how do I actually make a true choice? And this would lead us nicely into the conclusion of day 2. I can't believe we're already here. But okay, so this is a bit of a process. So I want you to pick something that you want. So this choice, it can't involve, it's got to be something that you want, right? It's got to be something that you love. There's only one reason why you would choose an end result, and it's because you would love it. That's the only reason why we choose something. Not to justify something else, not to get us somewhere else, because that's something that you actually want to experience in this lifetime. This is your life. You get to experience it. You get to choose. So you've actually got to choose something that you actually want, that you love. Simple, right? Okay, there's a few other kind of guidelines around making a choice. So the choice can't include any specific other person, right? So it can involve other people, but it can't actually include a specific individual. So there's 2 very important reasons for this. And one is that it's unethical to just try and mentally impose your will upon others. So this would have the effect of stopping your growth, right? And your abilities would diminish, right? You can't impose your will upon others. Everyone has free will, right? So everyone has free will, so they can choose. So when you make a choice about others, instead of saying, oh, I want to be in a romantic relationship with this person, I want this person to love me, you actually rephrase it to, well, you have the power over what you can control. So I choose to be in a loving relationship. I choose to be an incredible supportive wife or mother. It's the returning the power to you. So the other guideline is that it can be something tangible, fairly specific, right? So it can be tangible or intangible, but you want it to be something quite specific. It's a way, it can be a tangible goal, or it can be something that is, when you complete it, you've completed it. Once you get to that point, you're like, oh, I'm there, I'm living that, I have it. It can be material or non-material. It doesn't matter, as long as you can recognize the achievement when the completion of it when you achieve it, right? You want it to be able to complete and recognize it, right? You don't want it to be too vague or general and not clearly defined, because the unconscious actually has a difficult time understanding what you want. So it's got to be something that is relatively specific, but not so specific that you eliminate any other possibility of that showing up, right? When you go into the emotion of it, it creates that specificity and that the tangibleness of it. Now, your choice must be in the present tense. So you should state your choice as if it's already happened, as if you already have it. So I choose health and vitality. That is, I am healthy and vital. I have, I have the perfect job is a versus I'm going to get the perfect job, right? I'm going to get the perfect job is a process to it, but I've got the perfect job. I love my perfect job, right? I choose to love my perfect job, right? So make sure that your choice is a result that you want, not a process towards the result. So sometimes this requires some clever thinking. So if you have any questions on this, please reach out, but it can't be a process. It can't be like, a way to get somewhere. It's the actual end result of the, we live the journey to get there, but you don't want the journey. You actually want to focus on the end result of the process, right? So think about, is my choice a process to get somewhere, or is it the actual end result, right? It's not the means to an end, it's the end in itself. And it's not what the goal is specifically, it's what it does. It's what it teaches the unconscious to respond, and how it responds to your self-conscious choice. So it's not necessarily the goal or the choice, but it's what it does to you. It creates that momentum, that inspiration, that pull. It teaches your unconscious to respond to your self-conscious, right? We're actually creating that congruence between your thinking brain and your emotions. So you're creating a trust in this beautiful relationship between these two. So, and this is really important. I can't stress enough how important this statement is. It's a decision. It's functional. It builds a responsiveness to your unconscious. And it creates a tendency for your goal to actually happen, right? This is a monumental decision. Your choice is a monumental decision, right? It creates that reason to get up out of bed. So, and this is how we create a choice. We use the actual terminology in the word. I choose the end result of living a life I love. I choose the end result of. When we use the word choice, you're actually connecting into your power. You're saying, I'm the powerful creator of my life. I'm choosing. This is what I'm choosing to create. This is my true nature and purpose, is to create. This is what I'm choosing and how to express myself. So my challenge today, day 2 challenge, is to create a list of choices. Now, you've got the 4 core choices, and I'm going to post them also into the feed of wherever you're watching this. So the 4 core choices are your core orientational choices, but I want you to come up with your own personal end results, your own choices. And tomorrow we're actually going to deep dive into that and take it a little bit further. So how was that? We went through a lot today. We went through structure and focusing where the power is, acknowledging where you put the power depending on which structure you're in. We went through the 4 core orientational choices, and we awakened your Akashic records. From the Akashic records, we awakened your abilities and talents. We went through ineffective choices and how to make a true choice. So a lot of learning. Feel free to catch the replay again, just to solidify your learning, go through that meditation again. And I'm so excited to have you here. I'm really grateful to be sharing this work. And tomorrow we're going to really create that life that you love. We're going to go into depth. We're going to do another couple of processes, and it's going to be really, really cool. So I hope you're around for tomorrow's session. It's on again 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, which I think is for most of the country now. And if it's in your time zone, it's the same time. So every single day this week, it's going to be the same time. Put it in your diary, or catch the replay if you can't make it on live. Remember, come onto the Zoom, because that's where you get the best quality of the session. So thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing day, and remember to post your challenge. Let me know when you're done. You can share your choices. When you share your choices, you actually give yourself that accountability, and it's out in the world, and you're declaring it. So share your choices if you wish, 1 or 2 choices, in whichever avenue that you're watching this. And super excited to see you for day 3 tomorrow. We'll see you there. Thank you so much, Instagram, Facebook, Zoomers. Love you all, and goodbye.